Hello folks, we are here in Debe. We are going to the Digity Mud Volcano. It's not one of the larger mud volcanoes in Trinidad, but it's a sight for us to see. We're on Mohess Road, and if you wanted to see the rest of Debe, I have another video for that. That's it there. You can always look on my YouTube channel. Now we're gonna always start our road trips by actually being on the road. I know you'd like me to just jump in the volcano, but I think for a better feel of the journey towards the area itself, we always start on the road. Now if you're interested in just jumping to certain parts of the video, you can always go to the description, and within the description will be a key, and the key will enable you to jump to various parts of the video that you want to see. So if you want to skip this road trip, you can jump right into where we are walking around the mud volcano in Digity. So here we are driving. Those of you from the area may like to capture what's here, what's not here, what's been developed, what's still the same. If you are from this area, especially on this road, feel free to comment and let me know. Tell me what you think about the area. As with all JB Man Cave videos, we try our best to make it so that it's real, you know, not focusing on ourselves or making it like if it's just for tourists, just highlighting the good stuff, flowering everything up, but making it real, raw, so that you can experience it just as it is. And you know, if you were from this area, a lot of this would matter to you as well. Now, one interesting thing about this, sometimes when my family and I decide to plan a road trip, we kind of look at the map and say, okay, where haven't we been and what haven't we seen? And to be honest, as I've said in my other videos, unless you're into nature, there isn't specific places to go. And the places that are highlighted as landmarks or places of interest, they aren't developed enough that sometimes you can't even find them. So on this road trip, as we're on our way to the Digity Mud Volcano, I kind of miss the streets because the streets aren't labeled properly. There aren't arrows, there aren't you know, road signs or anything that tells you, okay, turn left or it's at so many miles. Now, not to say there aren't places labeled like that, but in this specific case, it wasn't labeled. So I kept missing the road and would turn back. However, that gives you a chance to see more of the area. Now the heritage site labels here as being part of Debe, but on the map to me it looks more like it's part of Barpo. I'm not sure. It's all in the Penal area, down south, the southern part of Trinidad. So if you're coming from abroad and you wanted to see where we're going, you would be coming down south, or deep south as they say. So in planning these road trips, we would look at the map, normally Google Map, and say, okay, where haven't we been? Let's go there. And we would try to plot our way there. And in plotting, we realized there are a lot of things that could be highlighted as something of interest, but just aren't. In my time in Britain and Wales, one of the best things that they had established, and I wish they would see it here, is lots and lots of infrastructure and markings for places of interest. So you could go to an isolated spot and there would be an exact mark, a plaque or plaque for something to show you, this is the history of this place, this is what it was about. A certain amount of pride is taken in making sure to document, secure, and protect things of interest, historical sites, and so forth. And I wish that would be done here. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been to places and it just is not maintained or kept, or people themselves don't make the effort to keep the place established. However, in this video, where we go to the Digity MUD Volcano, you will see that the area is well maintained and you could possibly even use it as a place to have a picnic, line with your friends, and so forth. In fact, in this video you will see that people are doing just that. Now, one of the things I love about driving through the countryside is the green. If you've seen my other videos, you always hear me talking about the green, and that's because I live up north and everything is just concrete. About the only green I see is when I look at the mountains, which are still high and rugged enough that people can't build their houses up there, so it stays green. But I wish there was more vegetation to see like how I'm seeing it here. The air here is great, nice and fresh. Now we're on Wilson Road and we're getting closer. And this is one of the places that I spoke about where I overshot. I went too far. Now there are a couple of ways to get to this place, I am coming from the side where South Haven Mall is. There's other roads and paths that you can take, and I will show you a map of that later in this video. But with modern technology, you can always look at Google Maps to see what's the best way to get here from your location. And surprising, a lot of this road is not too bad. You'll hear a lot of people complain about southern roads. You see, we just passed a big pothole there. And further up this strip, the roads get really bad. Whenever I produce one of those videos about potholes in North or in Port of Spain, people from the south always come and say, oh, you should see the roads down south, how bad they are. Now you see where those cars are turning? I am supposed to turn there. But you see, I didn't notice a road sign or anything, so I just shot past it. There should be a clear indicator. Maybe there was a sign there, but it just did not stand out to me, and so I shot past it. But eventually I will turn around. But again, this gives you the opportunity to see a lot of the area. Areas that have not been corrupted by cement and bricks. So there's some sort of vegetable fruit stand here slash mechanical garage, and I'm going to stop to find out where I am. I don't know the south as well as the north. So that's where we are, where the arrow is pointing. That's where I should be. And I kind of overshot, as I said, instead of taking the right road. But you can see where Debe is. where the Barbaros police station on the other road through Monkey Town. That's where South Haven Mall would be. And as usual, friends, if you like the videos that I produce, always feel free to become a patron. You can always donate to JB's Man Cave. No pressure. Only those of you who can afford it. It's really appreciated. So now that I found out where I'm supposed to be, we are going to turn around and get back to where we should be. And while we wait on traffic, I will ask you to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It's free. I didn't realize in the beginning that by me saying subscribe, a lot of people thought that I was saying to pay for something. You do not have to pay for anything when you subscribe. All you're doing is just clicking a subscribe button, a button that's actually labeled subscribe, and you become part of JB's Man Cave. You just get notifications about new videos, and it's sort of your declaration that you like JB's Man Cave. That's it. You don't have to pay for anything. Just click on that subscribe button, and if you get a login screen, that just means you need to log into YouTube to confirm. And to log into YouTube, you just need a Gmail account, which is, again, all of those things are free, nothing to pay for. So when we get past this really bad road, we are going to go to Digity Link Road, which is where I should be turning into right now. Again, most of this area untouched, but it is suspect. And when I say suspect, the shifting of land in this area is a known occurrence. So I often wonder about the properties like these. Houses out here are pretty big, and I don't know if these people have problems with shifting land. If you know the area well, or you lived in this area, you can always comment about the shifting of the land, whether this particular area has that. But there's a little village here, and when we get past it, then we will get closer to the Digity MUD Volcano. And again, because I don't know the area well, I overshot. But that will also give you a chance to see some of the area. And you can see how bad the roads are, because a lot of people are just driving slow and navigating all the potholes. No road markings. Sometimes those potholes can act as impromptu speed bumps, slow you down. Now, to get to the Digity Mud Volcano, you would have to go left. And I missed that sign. There is a sign. And I instead went straight. Again, giving you a chance to see some of the area. And at some point, I will turn around. You can see me slowing down here thinking, where am I? What the fudge? And we stopped here to ask somebody. But while we're doing that, check out the area. The green, the coconut trees, the fig, banana trees. I wish I could share with you some of the quality of the air, the breeze, through your YouTube experience. But unfortunately, they haven't reached that kind of technology yet. So now that I know where I'm supposed to go, I'm going to turn around here somewhere. I just love these country roads. Now, wait there, let me tell you, a mud volcano is not the same like what you think of the standard volcano with lava coming out of it. So it's not a volcano with lava. The way the mud volcanoes work is that a lot of hot air from the core of the earth is pressurized with minerals, and then it comes to the surface and forms that mud volcano. Now, the mud volcano we're going to see is pretty small. I would say maybe it was about 15 feet high. But they can get as big as a mountain, and a mountain is about at least 1,000 feet or 300 meters. And they can get as big as 10 kilometers. So mud volcanoes are not to be messed with. They can be pretty huge, and they can get as hot as 100 Celsius. That's 212 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you who like to hear your temperature read that way. But they can also be cool. The one we are going to see is cool. I mean, well, there's two parts. There's the baby one, and then there's the regular one. And what we're gonna see both. But the main one, it was cold. Did not even have any kind of lava flow, and so that was cold to the touch. But when they reach the right temperature, some people like to bathe in a volcano, mud volcano. Interestingly enough, most of the gas released from a mud volcano is methane, huh? So I wouldn't go around there with a light. This is the path for the mud volcano, and where you just saw is where it's parking, and you can see how it's well maintained. You can probably come out here and, you know, have a picnic, gather with your family, whatever. A lot of fresh air, and it's very peaceful, except for if anybody's playing their music really loud. Now, on most of these road trips, I tend to be with my family, and so you'll sometimes see them within the background, but I always blur my children because I do not care for exploiting them. I don't believe in seeing children online. When they get to adult, they can decide whether they want to show their faces or not. I'm climbing up. You can't tell, but I'm climbing all the way up while holding this camera extension pole, and there it is, the Digity Mud Volcano. And as you can see, it's dry. Now, an interesting young man came up later in this video, and he told me that when it's moist, they come up here and they bathe in it, and they say it's a lot of fun. So you could jump in, and even though you sink, you go right back up. It's not something I think I would care for, but sounds like something interesting to do. So from the very top, while standing in the mud volcano itself, I'm going to give you a 360-degree view of the entire area, so you can get a good view of what I'm seeing. You'll notice there are no mountains because in the south there aren't many. Most of the mountains in Trinidad are up north, and that's sort of a little path up, and that's my lovely wife. She's looking for help from me to bring her up. She doesn't have on good shoes, just slippery sandals. And I gave one of my sons the pole to hold, and he's experimenting with it. This is the young man that took me to what is the baby version of that volcano. He didn't want to be on camera, so I'm not going to show him, and you won't hear his voice. But I will tell you what he's telling me in summary. So basically, some people don't know, but you can come through this clearing. So if you come down here and you want to see the Digity mud volcano, you can also come this way. But this way is not for somebody who is soft or faint of heart, because you do have to do some jumping and go through some of the bush, and you also have to be careful. Going to all these places, as nice as they are to see, you don't want to go with people who may be immature or little children, because they may step in the wrong place or go in the wrong area and they can hurt themselves. So if you come into this part of Digity mud volcano site, make sure that you observe safety precautions. Right now there's a part here where I have to jump over, so I'm kind of making sure it's safe because I have never been here before and I don't know where it is. That's my tour guide up ahead waiting on me while I take in some shots here and jump over. And this is the site. We are watching the baby versions of the Digity site mud volcanoes, and he's showing me where it's actually bubbling. You can see it bubbling there. Methane gas coming from the earth. Now he told me usually it is not so quiet. Usually it's more active, but today everything seems to be very quiet. And he said that this is one not to be playing in. Unlike where I said they used to go to swim or bathe within that Digity mud volcano, this one, don't try it. It's like quicksand and you could sink. So that was the Digity mud volcano, and now we're making our way back. Like I said, it's a good site if you want to have a picnic, you just want to have a look around. There's no writing, no tour guide, nothing there, which, as I expressed before, should be. There should be a lot of information, how it was established, how it was found, information to educate. So if you come, you will probably need to read up or watch this video first. Anyway, so we are heading back the way we came, and in doing so you will get a different angle of the area. And again, whether if this area meant something to you, or you used to live here, or your friends or family here, then you would like to see the progress made so you can watch. By the way, guys, I would like to thank a lot of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to JB's Man Cave. I am growing pretty fast, and that's because of you. I also appreciate a lot of your comments, those of you who are patrons, who donate and express your interest in these videos. I keep making these videos because of people like you. And since the year changed, since 2022, I have been making videos every day, twice a day. I know some people cannot keep up that rhythm, but as a web developer, I am already in front of a computer, and apart from assessing the code of web pages and websites, I assess the programs and codes of making videos, so it allows me to make them faster and expedite them onto YouTube in quick fashion. I started this channel I think in 2019, but when I started to upload videos, I was not very consistent. It was like once a week, sometimes once a month. I was kind of feeling it out because really, I don't know if you know, but we have many other channels. So I was really working on those other channels, and I really wasn't working on my own channel. And I think I uploaded a couple of road trips, and people really became interested in it because they liked the quality of the video, the fact that I give historical facts and various other things. And I thought, you know what, let me start spending my time on my own channel. And in doing so, it just sprung up. So my current goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers. Right now I am around over 5,000, which is really good. I appreciate that. Next goal is 10,000. So please invite your friends, your family members, those interested in Trinidad or interested in visiting Trinidad or the Caribbean on the whole, because let me tell you, JB's Man Cave is not just about Trinidad and Tobago. I know a lot of you like these kind of videos, but I don't only focus on Trinidad. I do focus on other islands of the Caribbean and social issues. Most importantly, please give those a watch. There are a lot of social issues that are important, not just within this region or in this country, but the world. I even talk about the war in Ukraine, for instance. And you know, as some trainees might be carefree about those things, but really what's going on there can greatly affect us. So we're heading back the way we came, and unfortunately this is the afternoon sun, and the sun is focusing into the lens of the camera, and when it does that you can't pick up as much. I believe I will need to get some kind of polarized lens to help. But you see how people keep the little sides of the road with their trees, they put tires around their plants. I just love that. Sometimes I'll bend corners and you will see it better. And then let me tell you, in these road trips and on a day like today, it's clear, it's sunny, but it's not necessarily hot where you feel like you're sweating. It's just like a warm. But the breeze, the light breeze, keeps you cool. And on these road trips, I always suggest and I always try to emphasize to my family to drink a lot of water. Not soft drinks, sugary drinks, milk drinks. All those things heat you up and make your body temperature rise. If you drink water, you will be amazed at how cool you will feel. I also suggest that if you're going on a long road trip, that you don't eat a lot or eat heavy meals. Eat light. Again, I will keep you cool. And I'm suggesting that because I would like to think that if you're coming to the countryside, you want to take in the breeze, you want to hear the natural sounds, you want to take in the area, the fresh air. You don't want to be coming with air condition and just looking through your window. And if you have to get up and walk around, you're not going to have air condition constantly with you. So to remain cool, like I said, suggested, lots of water, eat light clothing, cotton works for me. And so for those of you who may be watching my videos for the first time, not always do I speak in these videos. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Some of my videos are just watching videos. In other words, I will go to a site and just put the camera on whatever I'm viewing, and you will see what I'm viewing, but not necessarily hear me talking. And there's no need to talk. Some things just need to be taken in. Again, thanks for your support. Thanks for watching JB's Man Cave. I'm going to sign out with my voice, but you can continue to watch the rest of this road trip until we reach around South Haven Mall, then it will stop. Of course, you can also find out more about me by visiting JB's Man Cave. The website, it's jbman, man cave cave.com or jboard.com, just as you see in the top left. Any of those sites you can go to learn more about who I am, what I do, and see instances of some of my videos and so forth. And feel free to contribute if you like. I really appreciate you watching, and thanks for subscribing.